So PewDiePie has come out and talked about a little bit about how annoyed he is about the Nuisance streamers coming into Japan and making a really bad reputation for anybody that is a tourist or entering Japan just generally. And it seems that Twitter is giving him a lot of flack for having that take, which is pretty weird. And I want to look into this. But before we get into it, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you like this video itself to help the algorithm guys spread around, and also sub to the channel if you want to see more. Now let's get into it.
Hey, what's up guys, Rip here. So I regret to inform you that Twitter is once again angry at PewDiePie.
Ooh.
Now, of course, he needs no introductions. You all know who
True.
PewDiePie is.
The
But if you haven't
king.
been following his content over the past couple of years, he recently moved to Japan and is raising his family while assimilating to and also respecting Japanese culture around him. And recently,
I'm surprised they're trying to raise their kid in Japan. That's impressive. That's very interesting.
This video on YouTube talking about YouTubers who are ruining Japan. Now, of course, he is very specific with the type of YouTuber and streamer he is talking about in this video. However, people on Twitter will ignore that, but let's see what he has to say about this issue.
So this all started, of course, with Logan Paul. Now it's become an infestation. All these YouTubers are coming, trying to be as obnoxious as possible, get a bunch of attention, get a bunch of hate clicks, bing bada boom bada bum.
Wow.
Now, Ken,
it's becoming more and more a trend, and I do feel a little bit bad because I don't know how it is in Japan now, but I think whenever I was there last time, it was more of the more tourists were about to show up. Like there wasn't that many, but there were more and more coming in. And I feel like I hear that nowadays there are places that have no entry for non-Japanese speaking individuals and also no entry for recording at all. And this is just fully because of these nuisance streamers and nuisance tourists just causing more and more havoc. It's really shame. It's sad to have that image.
So far that Japan is actually starting to take action. The military of Japan did a drill where they simulated a bunch of YouTubers driving into their military base to live stream. Just couldn't believe it. I thought it was like an actual YouTuber first, and I'm like, wait a minute, no. It's just a drill
anti-terrorism.
Yeah.
What is going on?
YouTubers are terrorists according to Japan, and and they're not that far off. That's the thing. They're not.
Holy hell, yeah.
So here is the main post on Twitter that people are talking about. It's of course a Dexerto post here. So
classic. These guys will farm anything.
It's intentionally a bit vague and possibly misleading for the purpose of riling.
I wonder how much money
Twitter.
they make.
And based on some of the quotes and responses to this tweet sharing his video, there is one thing that is very clear. No matter what happens to PewDiePie in Japan, he will always have a home in the minds of millions of Twitter users across the world. Now, there's a very strange phenomenon with this tweet in particular and across Twitter generally, where often the replies to a tweet like this are very positive, but the quotes are almost exclusively negative. And the reason that is happening is because people believe using a quote instead of a reply will get them more attention. That is how desperate they are for attention. So if you look at the replies, you can see some actual reasonable responses to what PewDiePie was calling out, saying the legacy of Logan Paul. The amount of people thinking Pewds needs clout or anything to prove anymore is astounding. What are you people consuming? They have no empathy and are very rude to Japanese people. Call out Johnny Somali, say his name. But then, this last reply...
It's not only Johnny Somali. There's so many more. Yeah, he is a piece of shit. And he's known for being a piece of shit in Japan. But there's like so many more that do these things. It's insane.
Here, one of the top liked replies saying...
Didn't he also move to Japan though? This is like such a weird thing to say. Because like the guy is moved there to live there. He's not producing content around Japan. Now he might have made like 2 videos or something in Japan, or 3 videos, some videos in Japan, but he doesn't really try to create any content around Japan. And often those videos, he's been very respectful toward the culture and everything. And he's there because he likes the culture. He's the direct example of what Japanese people would love to have from tourists or people moving in there from other countries. He's a perfect example. It's such an ignorant and weird take to have, and I can see that this is just purely said, and the likes here are purely just to be like, oh, gotcha moment, because they don't like the individual. That's it. And also, moving to Japan is not the same as being a tourist coming to Japan and creating havoc. He has a citizenship in Japan. He's a Japanese citizen. He is chilling. Moving there is a different compared to coming by as a tourist and causing havoc and craziness.
Didn't
really
he
weird.
Also move to Japan? Is PewDiePie unable to criticize a bunch of obnoxious tourists who are disrespecting other people?
We're moving away from, like, I mean, he's not, but like at the same time, we're kind of trying to acknowledge that this comment right here has some factual truth in it. But like this guy is clearly here trying to do the dumb gotcha moment.
Foreign country because he respectfully lives in that foreign country. It's a very weird criticism, and this tweet right here really hits the nail on the head. It says, giving it 12 hours before the lane-pilled brisket pro-shitters do not interact, make a post with this image that gets 90,000 likes. Now, we wouldn't
not bad.
get a lane profile picture or anything like that, but we would get something similar. So to the tune of over 3,000 likes, this user shows a collage of images with the intended
Classic Twitter
message of saying that if PewDiePie
Twitter
is looking for these annoying YouTubers, he should be looking at himself because he's just as guilty as they are, which is an incredibly disingenuous comparison and thing to try to say. And it also proves that you didn't watch the video, because in the video, he only mentions a handful of YouTubers and streamers that fit under this category that he is criticizing. And also, I think it's incredibly disingenuous to compare PewDiePie, who has been making family-styled vlogs in Japan while respecting Japanese people and culture around him, to people who are genuine nuisance streamers, like some of the streamers he mentioned, like Logan Paul, for example. We all know his infamous video that started a lot of conversations about...
He got banned from... He was so bad, he's banned from the country. That's how bad it is. So you don't have any arguments to defend this guy. He's literally banned from entering Japan because of what he has been doing.
Nuisance streamers in Japan. But also, don't forget, Logan Paul spent a lot of time in Japan where he was going around and disrespecting Japanese culture and annoying Japanese people. And I think this image really just sums up Logan Paul's experience in Japan. And
bro, her face sums up how they react.
The reaction a lot of people had to him. They were very
like,
annoyed by him. And it's not surprising since this is Logan Paul. But PewDiePie also mentioned this YouTuber whose name I forget. It's not even supposed to be a joke. I don't know either. Forgot who this guy.
All I remember about this guy, he took public transport and trains around Japan without paying for the train ticket, and then he tried to run away all the time whenever the conductor, the people that are trying to check your ticket. He hid in the bathroom for hours and hours and stuff like that. He's just being weird.
Who a few months ago made a video where he was basically hopping onto trains and buses in Japan without paying, and when confronted about not paying, he would feign ignorance or run away from law enforcement. And that video was basically him filming a crime spree across Japan. And eventually that video would get taken down by YouTube for violating their community guidelines. But in the PewDiePie video, he also mentions or shows footage of Johnny Somali, who is definitely the face of the most recent wave of nuisance streamers to go to Japan to annoy people for attention and views.
He's like bothering people in the subway, and then this Asian-looking guy shows up.
You know where I'm from? Where are you from? I'm from America.
You're from America?
Yes.
So am I.
You're from America?
Yeah, you're being obnoxious.
You know what we do to you?
What do you do?
We will do again.
Do what?
It's just so cringe. It's just so cringe.
Hiroshima, Nagasaki.
He's talking to American. Like, his brain is so wired off that he doesn't even realize what this guy is saying.
You understand?
Do you think I'm Japanese?
Where are you from?
I'm from America.
Where are you from? What's your name?
Texas, buddy.
Texas, buddy. That's right, brother. Hell yeah, brother. If there was a gun law in Japan, I bet this guy would fucking pop off, man. I don't know what I mean by that, but you know what I mean. That's I just love that. I just love the fact that he said, I'm American, I'm from Texas. Let's fucking go. Hell yeah.
Yo, wallahi, this is crazy.
Go minute. This is being so nice to him. Like, does not deserve it.
Try this in America? Oh, 100%. Remember those TikTokers that were touching people and got shot? Or those TikTokers that were touching people's car and harassing them, and they got a gun in their face. Like, it depends on where you go in America, but you cause this kind of issues in Texas or North America, you know, places where guns, like there's a focus around guns. You might end up being shot. Like, you fuck around and you find out.
There you go. They said it. He is an actual terrorist. But he's been yelling Fukushima, Nagasaki, we will do it again. And it was like, I can't believe they treat me like I'm a terrorist or something.
You know the funniest part? It's not even funny. Apparently, I've heard this somewhere. I don't know if this is true, but I heard that Johnny Somali is actually from either Australia or New Zealand. He's not even from America. He's not from Somalia. He didn't come from Somalia. He might have, his parents might be from Somalia. He might be ethnical Somalian. But you have also a bunch of Somalians that are just like, this guy is giving us worse rep than we already have and we hate it. Like, this guy is just ruining the fun for he's just making everybody mad. Everybody everywhere mad.
Crazy. Why would
Oh
I think
damn.
That?
Anyway, bomb Japan.
Bomb
This is
Japan.
nice, dude. Yeah, so he got arrested. Now he got deported. I don't know if he's banned for life or anything like that, but I think
Go
he'll
to
be
Somalia.
really
I bet he will do well there,
Which is
acting
good.
like
Get
this.
him out.
So after seeing very brief portions of that video, I think it's very clear the type of people PewDiePie is talking about when he refers to these annoying YouTubers. It's a very specific brand of nuisance streamers causing genuine problems in their stay at Japan. Now, of course, people just miss the point entirely because making fun of PewDiePie or attacking him is easy likes. I mean, you see stuff like this with nearly 10,000 likes saying, "Weeb who moved to Japan complaining about weebs visiting Japan." Many such cases.
I don't think those people are weebs, by the way.
This is more like a Twitter user complains about a...
I mean, the brain cell of some Twitter users are in the negative. So let's be real. Like, this is, I don't know. Like, what do you expect from Twitter? Why do we always see these things on Twitter? Like, Twitter is a circus. We never hear this on Facebook or what is it? What's the, oh my God. I don't know. You know, the other Facebook variant? Anyways, like, is always Twitter having these wild things to say? There's never anywhere else.
YouTube video that they didn't watch. Many such cases. Here's another one from an infamous engagement farmer saying Japan is Wakanda for white people, which of course this is a stolen tweet. They're doing it for engagement farming, but this joke might be funny at first glance, but if you give it like one brain cell of thought, it
Twitter is always the best clown show. It is.
Wakanda is not a real place. So this attempt at a joke doesn't really make sense at all.
Yeah,
but
you're
of
right.
course, people
Twitter
point
spread
out,
their messages.
people
Facebook
really
does not.
forgot about
But
Johnny
what's the other one? Is it Instagram? Like, doesn't Instagram spread their messages and posts?
Somali and his sidekick, huh? And yeah, people are intentionally doing that because he is PewDiePie. Okay, PewDiePie derangement syndrome is a very real thing. He hasn't been on Twitter for years and people are still going after him. They are quite literally screaming into the void because they can't stop.
Because he's a white straight man with a beautiful woman and having a great family in Japan and living his weeb life to the fullest and enjoying himself to the maximum and never created any more controversy than one situation. And he's living the best life that everybody else wished they had. That's why Twitter hates him. Like, straight up. That's why you have a lot of gremlins on the internet that just hates this guy. Because he's living the dream. He's having a great life. And he's not the example that people want him to be. You know? I watched PewDiePie since he like midway in his Amnesia playthrough. That's when I started watching PewDiePie. I love PewDiePie. Now, I hasn't watched his stuff recently or in many, many years, but this guy always seemed like a great individual, and I've never in my life seen him be disrespectful or any bit weird regarding Japan, at least. I think he's great.
Thinking about him. In fact, this began many years ago when various media outlets...
People will still bring up the bridge incident to take down his, like, to ruin his reputation. While like, it's so long ago and it was him just saying it by accident. Like, people will try to shit on this man for anything. They will find nitpick small portions to make him look bad. because they hate what he is. They are jealous of what he has because their life is miserable and he's living the best life he could ever do. So why would they not be like, oh my God, why would they not hate him? They're jealous.
Constantly attacking him and accusing him of crazy things. In fact, if you saw this image, you knew you were about to read a terrible hit piece on PewDiePie. They loved using this image of him, and that would transcend.
He personally doesn't care about randoms on Twitter. Of course he doesn't. He's been a content creator for so long, and he's a reasonable guy. He's not on the. He's not even on Twitter, or I don't know. Maybe he made a new Twitter again, but he barely uses social media. He's living his life. He's not on the internet all the time. He hangs around his friends and spends time with his kid and his wife and enjoys life. That whatever people are screaming on the internet doesn't matter to him. First of all, he's used to people screaming out loud like obnoxious kids. He's used to it. He doesn't give a fuck. But also he doesn't like look at it because he's busy. He's enjoying. He's having fun.
Into actual viewers and users on social media who have continued to hate PewDiePie every time he takes a breath for years and years now. And you can see some of the deranged responses to this latest video by PewDiePie. This user saying, ethno-nationalist Swedish Nazi.
Dude, these people, I think that whenever you try to write Nazi, I think Twitter should automatically force you to watch a documentary on what a Nazi is and what Nazis did. Because these guys are screaming Nazi like lunatics. Like they have a mental disorder, making them panic in every sort of way. Because this is absolutely obnoxious and insane. Nazis were... They were extremely awful human beings that only looked at what the Aryan race to be the perfect and only existent race that should be, and looking every other human as disposable trash that they could experiment and do whatever they want with. Comparing somebody that is a happy dude that just says that people are obnoxious and say they're a Nazi is completely ridiculous. It's you are watering the word and you are doing no good by doing this. This is making the word more like fine to say, which is weird. You know, like do not say word, like saying Voldemort, that should be the Nazi word because you should not say that to many scenarios.
Weeb. Let's run that again.
Fucking hell.
Ethno-nationalist
So
Swedish Nazi weeb.
and I don't know, like, is this American education? Like, I know we have some American dads. We have a lot of American young people. Do people not learn in Canada, America? Do they not learn what Nazis are? Because fuck me, we went through the in middle school. In my middle school, we went through those fucking experiments they did on those Nazi camps in Germany and in Poland. We went through what they did, what they went through, what kind of experience were, what they helped with in medicine, and etc. We went to Poland to see what the concentration camps were. So I'm like wondering, do these people, it feels to me that these people have never even in any slight way had any education regarding what the fuck this is. Because they're spewing it out like it's a buzzword. We here in the US, we have people trying to change history. So yeah, oh, true. Living in his own bubble. That's so sad. That's so sad.
Complaining about probably other ethno-nationalist Nazi weebs in Japan is the funniest stuff
Do they even know what the word means? No, they don't. This guy clearly doesn't know it. But I'm saying this and I'm going on a rant because I see this so much. You're talking about a white straight dude that is telling people to not be obnoxious and disrespect the culture. And you're like, oh my God, he's a Nazi. What? Brother, fuck off.
Yes. Very, very reasonable opinion and take on this issue. Here's another one saying, PewDiePie hates immigration, huh? Not surprised. Not surprised.
Bro, what kind of brain that... How did you get there? I want to talk to this Himo Hoshi Joshi fucking Joshi slime. Himo Joshi slime. I want to talk to this individual. Like, I want to know what went through your mind. How did you get this out of his sentiment? How did you get this? How do you get there?
This issue has nothing to do with that. This is about tourists coming to Japan to annoy people for content. But of course, they're trying to confuse the issue so they can hate on PewDiePie. Here's another one saying, noted Nazi dog whistler does a dog whistle. Now, I always say this when someone unironically uses the term.
So, again, we go back. Bro, I bet. I can't see it now, but
you're probably dealing with someone who has a very bad take.
I bet this is American putting some Japanese letters. And I see kanji here and derogatory. Bro, what the fuck is this, man? Holy shit. Where do these people come from?
Okay, it is a dog whistle.
I bet these are the weebs. I think this is a genuine weeb. I bet this is the genuine weeb that's like, I speak Japanese and I know how to see. I know how to say des instead of desu. You know? Like this is the individual we're dealing with because they are like in their own fucking quantum physical lane now. Holy shit.
For a bad take you're about to see, okay?
Oh
and this
my
idea
God.
of a Nazi dog whistle. What part of his video are you claiming is this dog whistle? The part where he says the main point being raised is that you should respect other cultures when you're visiting them? Is that the dog whistle? I'm lost here.
If you were to meet any of these people, you will not be able to stand and talk to them for 5 minutes. I'm gonna be real. If I meet someone this dumb, obviously I've seen some of, if they're obnoxious as hell, I probably wouldn't even last 1 minute. I'm gonna be real. I cannot speak. I cannot talk to that. Like that's like, I cannot talk to that. But when impressive stupidity is presented to me, I am very interested to know and understand how do they think? How did you get there? How did you say something like this? Can you explain this? Because I find it very fascinating to see how somebody can go on a completely 180 out of nowhere for absolutely zero reason at all. It impresses me. Can people actually prove their statement against PewDiePie? Because I'm getting bored of what people are using and not actually knowing what it means. No, they can't prove it. They're just talking out their ass because it's a buzzword they found funny.
Dog whistle in this video. And he's addressed other outrageous claims that he is catering to.
They wouldn't talk to you like that. They lose all courage once they have to leave their house. True. I mean, I'm gonna be real, guys. I had this recently, actually. Something like this. I mean, somebody, it's not like obnoxious saying Nazi. Like, nothing like that. This is like it's like stupid game related things. Like, I saw somebody being mad about something I said. And I asked them, oh, okay, so you disagree. Please enlighten me. Please tell me why you think this is good. And please, inform me why you find this to be enjoyable and fun. You know what they said? They said, I like to eat shit. I signed up for shit. I like to eat shit. Do I enjoy it? No. Do I want it? No. But I know I'm getting shit, so I'm eating shit. That's what they told me. Straight up. So they're mad for no reason. They are mad. No, this was about Wuthering Waves. Not Diablo 4. This was about Wuthering Waves. So they're mad for no reason. Because their brain is tingling. And they just want to be mad. And I asked them, why do you not like it? Why do you like this? Why do you like this shit? They just want to eat shit. And this is what I mean. If you talk to them and ask them, why did you call him a Nazi dog whistler? Can you explain? How did you get there? What do you think is the Nazi dog whistling in his statements? And where do you get there? They will not answer you. That's the point. They will not answer you in any sort of regard. They just say these buzzwords just to create tantrum because, oh my God, everybody loves angry messages. Oh my God, I'm mad because why not? Why the fuck not to be mad? Let me insult this individual for no reason at all.
In this video. And he's addressed.
No, I don't think, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be real. I don't think 95%. Actually, you know what? I don't think 90% of Americans on the internet, actively on the internet, Canada, United States, on the internet. I'm not saying the average, not the average American, saying on the internet, at least on Twitter for me, know what a Nazi is. I don't think 90% know what a Nazi is. I think the education system has maybe dwindled down because they are not informing people what an actual Nazi is, not gone through what they've done, what that entails, what it means, because people are screaming these out as buzzwords. I have never seen a European in my life or someone from Asia ever scream Nazi like a buzzword like this. Never in my fucking life. It's always a 16-year-old American. And I think that says something about the education system, because I went to Poland and I've gone through education about what a Nazi was when I was 14 years old, 13 years old. You learn about this shit in a young age at school. So why the hell do 16-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 25-year-olds not know what the hell these things mean?
Other outrageous claims that he is catering to all these dog whistles. People try to cancel him for doing the OK sign.
And
People
I bet America, the thing is that Americans were somewhat a part of World War II, right? So they should learn about this. They should know what this is. It's a World War. And I can understand that America, they focus a lot about history and education around their country because that's what's important for them. Why would they care about European history that much? Maybe it doesn't matter that much unless you want to specialize in it. I get it, but World War and what a Nazi is and what are all the other things, like these things are kind of important to learn.
The bro fist as a hate symbol and all sorts of crazy things. And he's responded to this before and said a very fair point. When you are trying to demonize and label things as hate symbols and dog whistles and all this, when they're not, when they're
you are ruining the word, by the way, by doing this. You are watering down the word because you're making it now seem that it's not as big deal as it is. Screaming out Nazi at every sort of disagreement or any sort of take people are doing, you are making it worse. Also, just for reference, so Germans nowadays absolutely hate, they hate the idea of Nazis in every sort of way. Now, you obviously have some bad boys, but when I was in Germany for the first time, I heard that anybody that's somewhat supported just get beaten down by anybody on the streets, like straight up. Like people hate that shit. So how do you think that people from Austria, Germany, Poland feels whenever the word Nazi is being washed down and ruining the meaning of how awful it was? Whenever y'all are screaming it like this, people don't like this shit. It's kind of bad. It's really bad.
Gestures and
You're
things.
making more issues than should be.
You are empowering actual racists and white supremacists. You are giving them power by letting them claim something that's not even theirs. You're trying to claim something like a bro fist as a dog whistle, even though it's not. You're giving power to genuine bigots, and people on Twitter don't actually care about that. They just care about virtue signaling about someone they don't like on the internet. Now, here's another tweet saying, didn't you harass an Indian channel and have your subscribers racially harass them because they were going to replace you as the number one subscribed to on YouTube?
My God.
Well, here's the issue. This needs some proof right here about these racial harassment campaigns that he's leading that never happened.
The definition has been watered down in Germany so much that I wouldn't even share anymore, Ali, because now it's political dissident. Really? What the
happened? But also, didn't you harass an Indian channel? Oh, some small foreign channel. You mean
the T-Series, the big freaking TV company that is extremely massive in one of the largest countries in the world? Yeah. Damn, good job, PewDiePie, for making a fun event that T-Series absolutely loved, where everybody enjoyed themselves, where you said nothing bad and y'all just had a great time while creating YouTube history. Wow.
T-Series, right?
Oh, awful.
Right now, I believe the biggest channel in the world, the next biggest, is Mr. Beast. T-Series, the same one that makes around $9 million in ad revenue every single month.
Damn.
An Indian conglomerate that is trying to absorb and monopolize all of
That's
Indian
money.
entertainment under one YouTube channel for their own financial gain. That is the poor channel that he was trying to pass in subscribers. That's the person and the entity we're supposed to feel bad for. It's absolutely crazy. I think this quote is the only reasonable one I could find saying this. People in the quote retweets, Isn't this what PewDiePie does? Ah, yes, going around and harassing people in Japan is just the same as moving there and assimilating to the culture. Yeah, this is the only genuinely sane response you can find in the quotes. And if you want to feel good,
Dude, he's farming
26,000
26K.
likes, so at least there's some normal people on Twitter. But the amount of disingenuous attacks that he has received as a result of this video is insane, but it's not too...
He's almost as bad as Mr. Beast helping the children. Yeah. What an awful human being, man. He's saving children from dying. Oh my God.
And like I said, he's not even on Twitter anymore, so they are quite literally screaming into the void.
Is it because he's
but
Polish?
That's just part of the
Abe,
game. They
is
want
that why?
attention, they want likes. That is their dopamine farm. That is their main purpose in life. And that's going to continue because they have nothing else going on for them at all. But that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. And I'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, I mean, like, I've yapped enough. I think overall this is just like stupid. Like, I don't know, like people harassing and creating ruckus in Japan. Wow. Stop, guys. Stop it. How can that be a bad thing to say? I don't know. Like, I feel like these people are like, this is like ruining everybody's experience to go and visit a country, because now people have like a worse take. Like as they're not as bad, but Japanese tend to be a little bit racist on a few things. So whenever like a bunch of tourists start creating more like a worse rep for every tourist entering, I think it's just, I don't know. Yeah, it's just bad in the long run. I don't know. Like, I think guys, what do you guys think? What do you think? Some tourist entering a country and harassing people, is that bad? I don't know. I think it's kind of bad. But anyways, tell me what you think in a comment if you're watching this on YouTube. And also, like this video if you like it. Make sure that it helps the algorithm gods share it more around. And also sub to the channel if you want to see more reaction. Anyways, I'm going to see you around. Take care and have a good one. Peace.